Although I've got no problem with my age and I'm proud of my age, some people misjudge you. For instance, if I said, listen, I'm a percussionist, I'm 50 years old, some people won't give me a gig because they've only read the email. The CV of Smartie Party is quite amazing. It's like from where it started at Ministry of Sound for 5 solid years, month in, month out, very successfully. I got into promoting by accident actually. I was first used to compete in bodybuilding shows, and then I did a show in Kent and I took about 3 loads of people with me to watch me compete. In the break between the pre-judging of the bodybuilding show, sometimes they might have a big guy talking about steroids or something, a bit boring I think. I asked the promoter like 16 years ago, I think, let me put a DJ on and I'll play the bongos, and he went, what? And I did. And we had about 200 people in the crowd. This is true. It's true. I had my mate Adam Abbott DJing, me on the bongos, and the crowd, because we had our friends, we just went mad. And from that moment, that night, we all went down to the Ministry of Sound. And as a punter, queuing up for an hour, there used to be a load of us going there. We was all bodybuilders. It all sounds a bit silly now, but it's true. They barred all the bodybuilders from the ministry. It's quite a well-known story, this. And they wouldn't let any bodybuilders in there. We've been going for 6 months. Every single Saturday, they didn't want any bodybuilders in there. I don't know whether the doorman might have felt threatened. I don't know what it was. But they just wouldn't let none of us in. They even politely said to me, Tracy, you're not allowed in tonight, and nor are your mates and anyone else, nothing personal. But the owner don't want bodybuilders in here. It was actually like a gut wrench because we was obsessed with that place. It was just amazing. It was unique. So when they barred us all, we was like, oh, that's the end of the world. But some people, I think, outside said, go to a club called Bagley's in King's Cross. It's just as good. And all of a sudden I'm their resident. I'm playing there every month. Not for money. Didn't even think about wanting money. This was pleasure. I was on the main stage at Bagley's, which was a major thing to be. And I was there playing, wasted, having fun. And some guy come up to me and actually said, Trace, you don't know me, but would you be interested in playing for us? And he put a card in my pocket. It's a true story, this. When I got home that night, it was a Ministry of Sound card, a guy from Ministry of Sound. I still didn't really clock what it is, but I rang it Monday. This is the Ministry of Sound I wasn't allowed into. The next thing, I'm their tour percussionist all over the world, including all the university tours in London, including the Hacienda and the Sugar Shack, and Hard Times in Leeds, the Tunnel in Glasgow. For about 4 years, I'm there. I'm going all over the world, countries I can't even remember where I was. I brought about 4 coaches of people up there to watch me play, all paying 15 quid and 20 quid on the bar they spent. And the Ministry of Sound people was very confused I knew so many people in here. I said, pay me £5 a person, I can do a ticket and you can have your 7 quid or whatever. We done a deal, and the next time I played, they owed me, I think, £1,600. From the 5 coaches I had, I emptied about 3 pubs in Essex of people, brought them all up to London, done an all-in ticket, sorted all the money out properly, paid the ministry their money, and said, you owe me this amount. And they tried to literally almost knock me. I said, it's ridiculous, it's more than the residents. So they paid me, but reluctantly, and then they said, Trace, we can't keep doing it like this, even though I know you're bringing people. Why don't you do an event in here? And Smartie Party was born. Never really had a name for it, actually. My first party at Ministry, I think, was called Tracy's Bongo Party or something like that. When we was looking for a new venue after Ministry, we looked at doing turnmills, but we had to prove ourselves just to get in here. And everybody wanted this club then. Believe me, to get into this club 7 years ago was almost impossible because they had Trade, most famous gay promotion probably ever, the Gallery. We remained here for a further 4 years every month. And it was very, very successful, but then so was the club. And the only time we really realised how successful Smartie Party was, they would have other nights here where they'd have Eric Murillo or Roger Sanchez or Paul van Dyk or Tiesto, Cole Cox, which were, these are DJs that are 20 grand, 20,000 quid, and they'd have no more people than we did. Regarding DJs we've had, as I said, we tend to stay at a certain level. We've always been quite lucky that because a lot of DJs want to play for us, especially when we was at venues like here, Turnmills, we would have DJs do more of a reasonable budget for us. So we've had the people like Paolo Mojo, who's really cool, always warms up for Digweed or Sasha, I think. Tim Deluxe, Joey Negro, Marshall Jefferson, Alex P, Brandon Block, Tom Stefan, Tom Novi has played for us. The list goes on and on. Lots of quite well-known Spanish guys. Cesar Del Rio is resident of Privilege, massively respected in Ibiza. But the residents at the moment, and Matty Wells has been with us, he's our longest term resident, been with us for years, Matty Wells, a brilliant DJ. Ramon, Chris Biscuit. Some of the countries we've done Smartie Party is, we did a tour, Dubai, Muscat, Oman, Abu Dhabi. A friend of mine I met hires an island in Abu Dhabi called Al Maya Island, and you can only get there by boat. Smartie Party does that about once a year. I've played at the base of the pyramids on a barge on the Nile. Denmark, a submarine plant called Base Camp. Nebworth for Ministry of Sound. Played in Australia, Mexico quite a few times. And I did do Alex P's birthday at Space Terrace. Clapham Common, 20-odd thousand people there. That was great with Tall Paul. Now, every year, and I'm very privileged to do it, is Smartie Party at Bora Bora. We're one of the only promotions that are allowed to do it because Bora Bora is not about big DJs, yet they all want to play there because it's so powerful and unique and famous as a beach bar. We do Smartie Party there every September, a date I choose, and it's just the greatest fun. This is my dream lineup. All my good friends and mates and DJs that have played for me over the years, the good ones, all playing together with me as friends, playing in a night when there ain't a big superstar DJ there that's grabbing his wages and pissing off, and we're all mates and we all play, and in between playing we all get wasted and have fun together and remember everything we've done. That's my ideal lineup. My friends that have been around me for years, that's my ideal lineup. Clubland has changed incredibly since those 3 clubs shut, these 3 clubs. If you think of the Cross, the End and Turnmills, that's about 7,000 people on the street. Where they all gone? What's happened now in house music, in my opinion, is all those years ago, 20 odd years ago, it was unique and you had to leave the bars and the restaurants and the wimpy bars or wherever it was playing probably R&B and pop to go and hear house music. It was like an island, it was unique. Now, you can stay in those same bars and restaurants and whatever, and there's some good DJs playing some good music in some of them. Why leave there and pay 15 quid to get in a club? So that's why it's struggling a bit, it's hard now. Some unique promotions still have it off. We seem to do okay, we always tread in water. We've never been the coolest thing in London. I probably wouldn't want to be actually, because if you reach this, what is so-called the coolest thing in London, it only has a lifespan, I think, of about 3 years. We've always tended to be floating in the middle somewhere. We've had our little dips, we've had our highs, but we remain, after 15 years, relatively successful. At the moment, I would be honest and say we're a bit of no man's land, but we do know how to take it up to that. And we do know we can stay where we are for as long as we have passion, if you like. But Clubland itself has took an incredible hit, and that's because it's so popular, it's almost strangling itself. Back to my point, this is true, back to my point of the bars full up with people that would have left if they were into house music. Why leave now? Because you don't have to really. There'll be some good music playing in there, and if they get a bit drunk or wasted, whatever, hundreds of them won't leave. You used to have people would be in the bars and go, we are going to Turnmills Smartie Party or whatever, let's get there for 12 o'clock. Hundreds and hundreds of them, you've seen it. Now, you'll still have the people there, but when they get a bit drunk, they go, oh, I might as well stay in here and save 15 quid. That's the recession for you, people washing their monies. So, there we are.